Imagine, you are on a mountain, 6,000 meters high. Your leg is broken, your partner has cut your rope, you are alone in a crevasse, and everyone thinks you are already gone. Joe Simpson did not just survive that. He crawled, alone, through 10 kilometers of glacier with a broken leg in 3 days, when everyone had given up on him. This is the story of Joe Simpson. One mountain, one broken leg, one impossible decision, and the most remarkable survival in mountaineering history. But this is not my story to tell. This belongs to the man who actually lived every second of it. June 1985. I was 25 years old. My climbing partner, Simon Yates, and I had one goal: become the first people to climb the west face of Siula Grande. No one had ever done it. Simon and I had been climbing for 2 days. The west face was everything we hoped. Brutal, beautiful, impossible. We were nearly at the summit. We made it. The summit. 6,344 meters. We were the first people to ever stand on that face. In that moment, everything was perfect. The descent started fine. Then the storm hit. The ice became unpredictable. And then one wrong step, and I heard the sound every climber fears. I landed on my right leg. I heard it snap. I felt it collapse beneath me. At 6,000 meters, a broken leg is a death sentence. And I knew it. Simon reached me quickly. One look at his face told me everything. He knew what a broken leg at this altitude meant. We both did. Simon made an extraordinary decision. Instead of leaving me, he decided to lower me down the mountain, one rope length at a time. In a full blizzard, at night, Simon held my entire weight on that rope for hours, in a blizzard at -40 degrees. What he did that night was one of the bravest things I have ever seen. I went over an edge that Simon could not see from above. I fell into a crevasse, a crack in the glacier. I landed on a snow ledge inside, in complete darkness, alone. Simon held that rope for over an hour, in a blizzard. His position was failing. His feet were being pulled over the edge. He faced an impossible choice. Simon cut the rope. He believed Joe was already gone. He believed cutting was the only way to save himself. That decision would haunt him forever. I felt the rope go slack. I knew immediately what had happened. I was alone, in a crevasse, in complete darkness, with a broken leg and no rope. Broken leg, no rope, total darkness. Below you, an unknown drop into nothing. Above you, 30 meters of ice wall with no way to climb. What would you do? I had 2 choices: stay on the ledge and wait to die, or abseil down into the darkness below, not knowing what was there. I chose the darkness. I descended into the darkness, and then I found the floor, and in the wall, a crack. Light, a way out of the crevasse. I could not believe it. Joe was out of the crevasse, but now he faced something almost worse. 10 kilometers of glacier between him and base camp. Broken leg, no food, no water, alone. I gave myself a system. Every 20 minutes, move forward as far as I can, then rest, then repeat. Do not think about the total distance, just the next 20 minutes. Hour 6, hour 12, hour 18. I kept moving. I do not fully know how. My mind locked onto one thought: keep moving or die here. I had no food for 3 days. For water, I scraped meltwater from the glacier surface with my hands. Every drop kept me moving. My mind locked onto a song. It played on repeat for hours. I could not stop it. Later, I said, I hated that song. But it kept me moving. It kept me counting. It kept me sane. Simon reached base camp alone. He told the others Joe had fallen and was gone. They believed him. They began packing up to leave. They planned to go home the next morning. On the third night, I saw lights. Base camp lights in the distance. I cannot describe what I felt in that moment. I just started crawling faster. I called out with everything I had left. My voice was barely there, but Simon heard it. He came out of his tent. He saw me, and he could not believe what he was seeing. 3 days, 10 kilometers, a broken leg, alone, no food, no rope. He made it. Joe Simpson crawled back from the dead. 3 lessons from Joe Simpson that work in any survival situation, not just mountains. Pay very close attention to lesson 2.
Lesson 1. Break the impossible into 20-minute goals. This clock shows 20 minutes. It's your focus tool. Set a clear goal. Work in short bursts. That's how you achieve what seems impossible.
Lesson 2. When all obvious options are closed, look in the unexpected direction. Joe chose to go down into darkness when up was impossible. The answer is rarely where you expect it. Lesson 3. Give your mind an anchor. A song, a countdown, a mantra, anything repetitive. Joe's mind locked on to a song, and it kept him moving for 3 days. Your mind needs something to hold on to in a crisis. I lost my right leg below the knee. I was in hospital for months, but I went back to climbing because the mountain did not beat me. I chose to come back. People ask me how I kept going. I tell them I never once thought about giving up. I thought about the next 20 minutes. Always just the next 20 minutes. Broken leg, no rope, 10 kilometers alone, 3 days. He made it back. Which of those 3 lessons hit you hardest? Comment below. I actually read every single one. And if this story got you, next video, 6 boys, 1 island, 15 months alone with 0 adults. That story will shock you just as much.